Jesus is the one who defines it all. Submission to him is abundant life. Jesus was a blue-collar dude, not a rich guy. He was without sin, yet he hung out with sinners. That used to be what offended people. That used to be what made people ashamed of Jesus. That he was rolling around with the sinners and the tax collectors. He was going to the party, and instead of showing up empty-handed, he showed up with the good wine. Not just a little bit of wine, he showed up with a lot of wine. So much wine that people had to get an Uber to get home. Like that Jesus, no one, they're ashamed of him. Baptists especially, right? They don't like that Jesus. He kept the party going with alcohol. Or when he was hanging around sinners and tax collectors, they said to him, the Son of Man came eating and drinking. He was eating the food, and he was with the sinners and tax collectors, and he was drinking the drink with them, and they called him a glutton and a drunkard. They said he overate and overdrank, not because he did, but because he hung around people who do. So they were ashamed of Jesus because you become like who you hang around. Jesus was bad company. He was hanging around with the sinners. See, both sides of the aisle find ways to be ashamed of Jesus. To be ashamed of Jesus. Paul is telling Timothy here, do not be ashamed of the testimony of our Lord. Do not be ashamed of what Jesus has said. Do not be ashamed of what he has done. Do not be ashamed of anything that Jesus has done or said. Don't be ashamed of him as a person. Don't be ashamed of him as a messenger. Don't be ashamed of his message. Don't be ashamed of his work. Don't be ashamed of the testimony of our Lord. He will offend. He will confuse. He will redefine realities for people. And so we'll be quick to judge Jesus. We'll be quick to be ashamed of Jesus when he doesn't fit in our little worldview. Never, he says, be ashamed of Jesus.